my toes. I didn't feel that. You didn't? No.
Riding for the Handicap was started about 30 years ago by a lady by the name of Maria Kine. She herself got involved with therapeutic riding and started a program of her own. At the time, there was a handful of volunteers, and now, 30 years later, she's since passed on, but we're still keeping the program going.
Riding for the Handicapped is a program that allows children with special needs to learn to ride a horse. That's the basics of it. It's not a pony ride. It's not us leading a child around on a pony so that they can have a nice outing. We're actually teaching these children to ride, to control the horse themselves, and to kind of be empowered by that, to be able to control one aspect of their lives by making this big animal do what they ask it to do.
We don't turn any kid away. That's basically our motto. We'll work with whatever we can. Whatever the kids' abilities are, we can work with.
Many programs have gone to a situation where the riders need to pay for their lessons. The board of directors has made a commitment that we never will. The last I heard, we were one of 7 programs in the country that still doesn't charge.
Right now, we have 5 certified instructors with Riding for the Handicapped. We have one that's certified through the NARHA organization, which is the North American Riding for the Handicapped. We also have 4 other ones that are certified through Pennsylvania Council on Therapeutic Horsemanship. And what that basically means is that our certified instructors have taken the time and the energy to go through the training to become well-qualified instructors.
Our horses are screened by Toots and Shelley, and then they're tried out in the program. We can't have a horse that misbehaves. It just isn't acceptable.
I would say probably 75 to 80% of horses cannot do this.
The physical benefits, it improves muscle tone, it improves circulation, breathing, flexion. A lot of our riders, when they're mounted and riding throughout the lesson, experience the natural movement of the horse, which is also very similar to a human's natural movement. So it helps the pelvis move forward and back and stimulates muscles that they might not ever experience using themselves, being in a wheelchair or with crutches.
The reason that this program works for many of these children is that the use of animals has been proven scientifically to lower blood pressure, to reduce depression, to lower heart rate, to have all kinds of physical good reactions in the person that they're interacting with.
And we have a young rider by the name of Hayden. When he first got here, he was probably about 5 or 6, and he couldn't sit the entire class. He would actually lay down on the horse. Well, he's been here for about 3 or 4 years now, and he can make an entire session sitting up. And initially, actually, he couldn't even keep his head up for more than one lap around the arena. Kids and horses, it's a great combination.
It's also beneficial emotionally to them because this is an animal that does not judge them, does not tell them what to do, has no prejudgments about them, and the riders can control this large animal, which in a child with special needs who often feels powerless is a huge benefit. What we see a lot of times in the older kids is that they develop an interest in a hobby that they can talk to other kids about. They can go to school and talk about how cool it is that they ride horses and what they did in the program, and kind of be on an even peer-to-peer basis with friends of theirs in school.
We have a great group of parents that support the kids, not only their own while the lessons are going on, but each other's kids. It's also nice to look out and see all the parents leaning against the gate, watching the kids and sharing experiences that they might have with each other.
The typical day is like, it's when I'm having fun. I really like it. And since my favorite animal is horses, this is a real good program for me.
Nora has a couple different conditions. She has a lot of orthopedic congenital problems, and so she spent about 2 years total in body casts, so she was unable to walk during that time. In addition to her orthopedic issues, Nora has a condition where all of her internal organs are on her right side of her body, so it causes her a lot of problems with balance. The Riding for the Handicapped program was a good one for Nora because initially her physical therapist and her orthopedic surgeon recommended it. And she was in a point in physical therapy, having been in therapy since she was like 3 months old, where she was getting non-compliant in therapy, and it was getting difficult for her to continue going so many times to therapy a week. So they thought it would be a good fit for her, both physically and sort of psychologically, to sort of change gears in terms of what she was doing. Since coming here, the main thing we've noticed are strength issues, particularly her core strength, which is really hard to target in physical therapy, has gotten much better. Her endurance is a little bit better for typical like childhood activities. Her balance has improved significantly, not only just in walking, but also like in running, just bike riding. The program does a nice job of setting the precedent that everyone's sort of equal, regardless of what limitations they're bringing to the table. And so even though, you know, some of the children may not be able to interact with her verbally, they all still sort of share that bond of being able to participate with the horses. And I think that brings them together.
My favorite part is actually trotting. I loved when the horses run.
She really has a bond with the individual horses she rides. And I think because the horses aren't able to see like a disability, that the kids can really develop good relationships with them.
I feel really excited to come next week because I love horses. I just love them. Ta-da! Do you want to help us? You could go to our website, or you could call us, or you could write us a letter.